It is the 16th of February, and we've set up the greenhouse so that we can have an enclosure to keep our blue orchard bees in the same area so they don't run away. And we also plan to have an artificial food source pollen. But we also put these screens in because it was over 100 degrees even in February, because it's 70 degrees outside in the day, and by the time the greenhouse effect goes into effect, you can see it's up to can be over 100 degrees. Right now, before we put the screens in the openings, it was 107 in here. You can see it's already gone down to 91, and it's about 4 o'clock, probably the hottest part of the day here. You can see we've sealed off these openings, and what we're going to do is we're going to put plants here, and along the periphery we're going to have pollen as an artificial food source. The plants are more decorative, aesthetic than they are for food because there's just not enough of them, but you can see them over here. Here's our 4 flats of plants that we just planted. These are all supposed to be bee attracting, bee loving plants, and so we'll see how they do. Like I said, some are just flowers, a couple of them are herbs, but we'll see how this works. And like I said, it's mostly aesthetic. The other thing we plan to do is we plan to put this plastic sheeting over the door, as you remember, so that when you can put the plastic sheeting over the door, get inside it, and then you can open the door and slip in there and do whatever you need to do, and then you can close the door and get out of the plastic. So we got a double door system to get in and out without letting the bees out. Our scientifically formulated complementary bee pollen arrived, and so we're going to be placing this in the greenhouse when we set it up. Tomorrow we're going to have a meeting. Here, let me open it up and show you. You can see it just basically looks like pollen, and so we're going to check with Dr. Ataturk, our bee expert. He's coming over tomorrow, and we're going to talk about how to set up this whole experiment. Okay, we're here to check the temperature. You can see the outside temperature is 73 with 30% humidity. It's about 4:30. When Gene and I first came out here about a little less than an hour ago, the temperature in here was 95. We left the door open, and you can see it's now down to 88. And so that's good. We're trying to see how hot it gets. And as you can also see, we've set up the flowers that we do. There's a few herbs, but it's mostly flowering plants. We're going to clean the rest of this up, put the habitats and the bees here, the food that you just saw, and we'll set that up tomorrow and start off the experiment. So we added the plastic covering here. You can see now when you want to go in, you get behind the plastic, then open the door and then slide in. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep the bees in there at least for the few weeks or 4 or 5 weeks that we'll have them.